I'm Ryan. Welcome to the big show. I've done this presentation a couple of months ago and I've not looked at it since then, so this might be an absolute shambles. But I'll laugh, hopefully you'll laugh, we'll have a good time. A little bit about me. This is me, full pump after the gym. That's my dog, Goomba. Big nerd, play a lot of games, paint Warhammer on that. Retired rapper that I won't share until another couple of beers. I've had a lot of jobs, details on the next line. Junior developer now, details on 3 slides. Sound designer and composer, that's like a kind of passion with games and stuff. Pineapple on pizza, I'll fight you outside if you want. And if someone can tell me, someone they know that's faster than me, I will tell you that I know a liar as well. So it's a lot of jobs, isn't it? I'm 27 and I was in Scotland for 5 years. I'm not going to count it. I'm sure you can do that faster than me for this angle anyways, but like I've had a lot of jobs. So what I'm going to be talking about, I guess I should also mention, is the fact that I've been through a lot of jobs and it's not as much of a red flag as it used to be. And in my kind of way into getting to tech/games, the whole process and how it could be made a bit easier for folk like myself, who I should have mentioned has ADHD. So it's, you know, like neurodiversity relevant in that. Shout out. Yeah. So why have I had so many jobs? Why so many jobs though? Obviously there was a lot of variety on there, and there's things here like quiet environments. I'm not going to say that working in the garage nightclub at the top of town was too quiet, you know what I mean? But that comes back to other things like overly micromanaged and no ownership or pride in my work and can work my way. Whereas places like, you know, the call centre was awful because it was quiet. Places like being a youth worker and teaching rap, that was amazing, but again, it was overly micromanaged, so there's always been something that's kind of pushed me away from things. And then now, I'm a junior developer with Incentive Games. It feels like there should be a photo here or something, doesn't it? I missed an opportunity there for a meme. Junior developer for Incentive Games. We make gambling games, boo-hiss. But it's a vibe. Like, it's very nice. Like, everyone that works there is very nice. I'm having a great time. My lead developer's dead supportive. In my previous roles, in tech anyways, I worked with a music startup, and there was 3 of us. Like myself, the lead, and the CEO. And the CEO was like some 25-year-old with his dad's money. So, does this go on YouTube?
I'll edit it, I'll send you a version.
Right, okay. Just wait till I start talking about ChatGPT. Edit that. Yeah, so I've had a lot of different kind of varieties in it. But I went from a music startup to a banking place to where I am now. This bottom point is a big thing for me. Being ADHD, when I worked in the banking place, that was boring as all hell because I don't care about banking. Except for the fact that my money's in it, I don't care about banking. I'm not going to be passionate about it. I'm not going to wake up and be like, yes. Whereas now, when they're like, oh, can you make redguy.js file move a bit? I'm like, fuck yeah, man. Like, that's fun, you know what I mean? So I've managed to find a place that I'm happy with because I enjoy the type of work and it uses the jargon, I think is the word, that I enjoy. It has made a massive difference to my kind of working life. Go with that. Next slide. I don't know what stage everybody's at. Like the talk I gave this at before, most people were like juniors or trying to get a first job in tech. So if this isn't relevant, there's pizza and there's beer. But please listen. So I used to try really hard in interviews. And I'm not saying that I don't still try hard, but I don't like put on like a fake version of myself. My version of trying hard now is just like, I'm going to be as much myself as possible so that if they get annoyed, then I know I don't like them anyways, you know? And if they say no, it's like, cool, I don't like them anyways. Like, and that way I can kind of get away with it. Ask them all sorts of questions like, what are they into? What games do you play? What genre? Do you like UFC? Are you also into watching guys punch each other in cages? What I'm going to be doing for the first few months, can I realistically advance my career here? Because people will tell you yes, but if you interrogate them a little bit more on that, a lot of the time it's like, oh, well, in 2 years from now you might get like a 5% raise. I'm like, well, fuck off then. Like, whereas the place I've been in now, I've gave 2 presentations to first my team and then to the company and the CEO about why we should have sound in our games. Because like they're like, oh, everybody plays our games on mobile. I'm like, people still use sound on mobile every now and then. Come on, man. So I've gave 2 presentations on that, and they had different wrestlers as the opening slide. Will there be support when needed? And legitimate weaknesses. I work too hard is a lot of pish. I need tasks broken down a lot. That's a weakness. I need you to tell me, black and white, what steps should I be taking here? I might come back to you and say, like, you've not wrote that clear enough. Is that a weakness? Is that just what someone deals with? I think the latter, but people will see it as a weakness, so that's a nice honest one to kind of chuck in there. I'm glad there's sound. I didn't know that was going to work. I hate tech tests. Woo! Yeah. I think they're pish, but I don't think they're very often relevant to what you're going to be doing. Like, I've done so many where it's like, can you make a presentation in a PowerPoint that we can like show to our clients? British Airways, and it's like, do you work with British Airways? No, not do we fuck. No, we work with the shop down the road. He's like, why the fuck am I doing a presentation for British Airways? I'm like, I get the theory behind it, but it's not what I'm going to be doing at all. Like audits of people's websites. I'm like, am I actually going to be doing that? No, you're not. This is all one interview, presentation, audit, tech test, and make a website in a day. It was horrible. And I didn't get that job, which I was raging about, because I was like, I actually done it. Bastards. Happy I didn't get it now. We've won. But take-home tests, in my opinion, I don't know if anyone in the room like hires folk or if they're in a situation where they should be hiring folk or regardless, but a take-home test is much more like what you're going to be doing. Assuming you're working from home, if you're going to be working in an office, even just leaving that person in the room for half an hour, however long it's going to be, is far more realistic. Whereas sitting on a Zoom call with somebody, staring at them while they're going through like code, I don't know, like the last tech test I'd done in person, I had to multiply something and I put an X instead of like an asterisk, and that might not be that funny to say it to everyone else, but to me that's fucking hysterical, because that was embarrassing. Like, I was like, I'm really good at this, fucking 3x2, and they're like, that's not right, mate. I was like, alright, cool. But that's kind of led me on to now realising, hence the sussed out thing, if I can't answer it, then I just tell them I don't know that. But if they're like, well, how would you find that out? Or even if they don't ask that, I'll tell them I'll find that out by A, looking it up, B, trial and error, C, ask you, D, ChatGPT, edit that out. This actually went quite quick. Epilogue. Leave a job if it's toxic. You're not getting any benefit from it. I'm a big advocate for job hopping to an extent until you find one that you actually want to stay at for more than a few months. This is the first time I've been in a job and not wanted to like start looking at LinkedIn within 2 months. So that's pretty big for me. Which always kind of goes to the be a little picky. You can afford it most of the time. It might not feel like it, but even an extra month of going through that crap period of being unemployed is better when it comes out and you're like, I'm chilling, I've got a job I like now, I'm happy now, you know what I mean? Job hopping isn't always bad, be ready to explain. Like my massive list of things, I only put like 4 of them on my CV now. Find somebody you feel valued, interview the interviewer, real legitimate questions for them. Thanks. This goes on for a minute. Cheers. Any questions on that? It's all good if not, don't feel nervous.
So, I just graduated and I'm looking into the job stuff, and that actually did help a lot. And I do have ADHD. Do you say about your ADHD? Because I'm kind of nervous to say to employers that I have it.
I didn't in the interview process, but when we went out and like folk had had a couple of beers, like I was like, by the way, but I mean, I guess it depends how much you feel it affects your work. For me, I feel like it does quite heavily affect my work. It's the camera. like I'll have days where not a lot gets done. I mean, like weeks where not a lot gets done. But sometimes like that, the hyper focus superpower, I'm not a big fan of calling it that because you're still a detriment 9 times out of 10. You know what I mean, like when that does kick in, I can get loads done in that bracket of a couple of hours. So I think like I would say to my place once I'm in, but I don't really say it in my interviews because people have a bad perception of it. So I like to go in and kind of prove a point first. Like, look, I'm contributing to the team and all that. I'm a valuable member of this team, and then I'll drop it in to be like, it's fucking hard though. I mean, like, yeah. But again, like, everyone's personal opinion, so it's all good if you disagree. I mean, anyone else?
So, I teach this lot.
Right, right. The mob, like.
But this is actually one of the subjects that I teach them. It's basically industry prep, about how to get ready. So, in your opinion, what do you wish people could have told you before you? What's the one thing you think I should be telling them?
Is it for like game dev? Is it for
game dev?
Tech? Yeah, game dev. I mean, I think it's slightly different for me because I'm in like gambling games. And that feels more kind of like tech adjacent, but I've done quite a few interviews for like game dev stuff as well. And it's kind of just what I was saying as well. Like, I wouldn't bother shying away from just going in and being 100% yourself, because if you're going to work somewhere that aren't going to be sound to you, do you want to work there? There's quite a lot of that in games. I think people take advantage of the fact that everybody wants to work in it, so they pay you less or treat you a little bit worse because they know that everybody wants to be there. Yeah, it's a pain in the arse, like, whereas like nobody wants to work in gambling, so they'll treat you nice. I mean, like, but I don't really know where I'm going with that, but Phil, just aye.
Well, it sounds like you're saying that they need to know. They should just be themselves.
Yeah, know what you want as well. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Like, good teacher, you translated for me. I appreciate that. Like, yeah. Anyone else? Is that us? Smashing. Cool. Ta.
All right. Thanks very much.
Cheers. Cheers, brother.